Hi guys, I'm Cabrini Roy and welcome to Making Space's online open studios. So I'm one of the makers here at Making Space, and I would just want to talk about what I do and I just want to introduce you guys to me and what I do. So I'm a fashion designer and I studied BTech in fashion and clothing at Highbury College. And then I did my foundation at university for the creative arts, fashion and textiles pathway. And then I went on to do my BA women's wear at London College of Fashion under the umbrella of University for the Arts London. So I started my brand about last year, I would say July last year, but I only just launched my brand in February this year. So I'm a ready-to-wear women's wear designer, and I get inspired by so many things, but mostly I get inspired by my childhood photos. And I get inspired by so many different things, but I would say my main inspiration is my cross-culture of Filipino and British. I get inspired by my childhood photos. I just basically love creating clothes that's a representation of me, my life, my style, and just my aesthetic. I want people to be able to see a Cabrini Roy piece and be like, I see Cabrini Roy in that. And yeah, so I want to show you guys a little bit to my studio. It's a little bit messy. I've been filming my online course, so yeah. Before I get started to the fun things, I want to show you guys a little bit of my designs. So then iron, I should have probably ironed them before I showed you guys. But like with this dress here, so it ties up at the back. So this was actually inspired by my childhood photo, which was a silk nightie. It had like little pleats at the bottom, so this really inspired me. So that's what inspired me to create this piece. We're moving on to this bralette satin jacket. What inspired me with this? Oh, it also has trousers there. We're moving on to the satin bralette jacket. What inspired me with this is I love this kind of bralette feature. I did it from a grad collection and I did it in denim, and I was like, I love this feature. I'm gonna bring it into my SS20 collection, which was actually my launch collection. So the sleeves are inspired by the Filipiniana sleeves, but a little bit of a twist to it. Yeah. So yeah. So and then there's these bralettes. So this is a suit bralette, and then we have a satin bralette. Oh, this is the satin bralette with puff sleeves. Now the puff sleeves is a little bit of a modern take on the Filipiniana sleeves again. And the fabric of it actually inspired me by the fabric of this is actually inspired by a barong. That's a traditional Filipino clothing. And here again you see the bralette tailored jacket. So again, like I told you guys, I really love this bralette feature. So actually what inspired me with my SS20 collection, and actually what inspires me in my brand, is I love to imagine this character of a British Filipina boss babe gal. She is a complete independent boss babe, you know. She lives in the city, she has these pieces in her wardrobe, and that's what inspires me to start making it. I start thinking, what pieces does she have in her wardrobe that I would want this modern modern British Filipina to be getting out, to be like, yes, I want to be wearing this today. This inspires me from my culture, from my cross culture of British and Filipino, and I'm gonna be walking down the street being confident. I base my design. So I just think of what pieces do I want this British, what pieces do I want this modern Filipiniana, what pieces do I want this modern British Filipina independent woman getting out of her wardrobe. What pieces does she want to be wearing today to be like, yes, I'm independent, yes, I'm ambitious, I love the city, I work in the city. So yeah, I just kind of think about what her wardrobe would be, and I love to think how she would love to put it on, and what kind of feeling would she like to be, what kind of feeling does she want to feel when she puts my clothes on, you know, whether that be empowered, whether that be feeling elegant, whether that be feeling like she can conquer anything in wearing Cabrini Roy. So yeah, that is actually how still I design from now. So I'm going to be showing you guys a little tour of my studio, but please do not judge me, it's so messy right now. So this is my sewing machine. So this is my sewing machine. So it's a Zuki D. So it's a Zuki DDL 8700. Here are my threads. Here are my packaging, my thank you cards, my thank you cards, and my written thank you cards where I write to customers of cute notes, where I write cute notes to customers. My label, my my labels, and then my care labels, my stickers. So that is like kind of my little office. And guys, please do not judge me, but this is my pattern cutting table. It's kind of messy right now because I have been filming my online class. And this is my rail, and this is my rail. That is my pattern cutting table. Guys, do not judge right now. I know it's really messy, but I've been filming my ironing space. So yeah, this is pretty much my studio right now. So yeah, this is pretty much and then there's my pattern paper, my whole roll of pattern paper, my dressmaker dummy, my dress form, and an adjustable mannequin there. So now you've got to know a little bit about me. I'll be showing you guys like how we're going to be draping. We're making a front and back bodice block from the stand. So how I work is I love to drape. I love to drape. I'm more like a 3D visual person. I love seeing how the seams are like kind of connected together on the stand, and that's just how I work. I'm going to be showing you guys how I work in my studio. I do have online classes coming up. So I want to make a straight line 2 centimeters from the selvage. So like that. Make sure guys you use pencil. I'm going to be using marker just because so you guys can see, but please use pencil. Line onto the center front and pin it down. Okay, so this is an important line that we're going to have to learn. So this is an important thing that we're going to have to learn. You just want to mark that. So you just want to mark that bust line, and then we're going to take it off the stand, and then we're going to, now you just want to do, then you just want to square that up, then you just want to square that line that we just made, just want to square it up. I'm going to use a marker so you guys can see on the stand. Just want to square that up like that. So you see the grey line there, and this, and then the bust line is here. It's the so you want to place the bust line that we just drew onto the bust line tape. that. And then you just want to place the line we just drew on the center front line, like that. And then this bit is important because you just want to place, you have to make sure that the bust line that we drew goes along the bust line tape, like that. And you just want to pin that on. Okay, and then you just want to smooth it out, smooth it out, smooth it out, and ta-da! There is our side dart. Smooth it out, smooth it out. There you go, there's our side dart. And then you just want to pin that dart. Mark, then you want to end your dart about 1 inch away from the apex. So you just want to mark, so you want to feel where you've pinned the apex, and then we're going to do 1 inch away from that. This is to prevent the boob from being pointy. You know, you don't want to have those Madonna moments unless your design is going for that, go ahead. But we don't want our boobs to be pointy. So we did it 1 inch away from the bust point, which is there. Okay, so now that has been smoothened and we've done our bust, then we've done our side dart. You just want to kind of then you just want to pin that on, and then look at this excess fabric. Do you see that? Do you see this excess fabric? So then we're going to make this into the waist dart. So you want to pinch that, and then remember to put it along the princess seam tape that we taped earlier. So we're going to put it along the princess seam tape that we taped earlier. And with this one, I like to end the dart about about 3/4 away from the bust point. So the bust point is there. And we're going to go down about 3/4 down from the bust point. And we're just going to pin, and then that is where our dart is going to end. And there we go. And then you just want to pin the rest of, them. And then you just want to pin the rest of the fabric onto the stand. And can you see, like, there's still a little bit tension there, like a little bit of tension. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off that excess fabric. And then we're going to cut and slash, and that it will just loosen the tension, and it will fall flat to the bodice. Do you see that? No more tension. Now don't worry if it's not like completely flat like here or anything. If there's like now don't worry if it's not completely flat like up here or some places down here. The body has movement. We're not like stiff like this mannequin. So don't worry about that. Our body is made to move. Cut and slash onto the neckline. Cut and slash. Now we're going to do the cut and slash onto the neckline. So you just cut it. And slash. Now do you see it releases all that tension from the neckline, and now you can just pin that and then pin that, and then do you see that it released the tension. Now do you see that it released the tension. Now don't worry if there's if it's not completely like stuck onto the body or anything. So yeah, and then after you do that, you then mark the pattern. So you mark off that dart, so where that dart finishes, you want to mark all the pins going all the way down. And same with the other side. I'm going to mark all the pins going down. And up here. And then mark all the way across again, and then on the side seam, and then onto the sides, and then onto the side seam. And you can see the tape that we did. So that's where you're going to be drawing along, because that is your pattern. So up here onto the armhole, and then mark up this dart that we just did here, and then mark up this side dart here, and then don't forget underneath. Good, and then the shoulder dart. And there we go. That is our front bodice block. And there we go. That is our front bodice blocked with 2 darts on the side and on the waist. So I'm going to show it to you guys when we take it off the stand what the pattern looks like. So when we take it off the stand, the pattern looks like this. The pattern looks like this. And then when we release, and then when we take off all the pins for the darts, the pattern should look like this. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something new today. If you guys want to learn more, I do have online classes coming up. It's my first time doing this, but I am so excited. I'm going to be teaching everything I've learned in my 6 years of learning fashion design, everything I learned in my internship, and how I pattern cut in my brand. It is a beginner. We are going to be going through a lot of different things. It'll be quite full on, but it's very exciting, and I promise you that this will be so helpful for you. I wish I learned these skills before I went to uni, or even when I was at uni, or even after I graduate from uni. This is why I want to do this. I just want to help young designers make their designs come to life, and I just wish I knew these skills I just wish I knew these skills earlier, so I want to share them. So yeah, for more information, please go to CabriniRoy.com, or just follow me on Instagram, or and just message us if you're interested in learning more about pattern cutting. Guys,